बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मदिन व अला आलि मुहम्मदिन कमा सल्लैता अला इब्राहीम व अला आलि इब्राहीम इन्नका हमीदुम मजीद रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वाहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली. Um, in the last lecture, which was the part 1 of the tenses and on the topic translation from Urdu to English, we discussed the tenses of present. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the past tense. Basically, past tenses are also called narrative tenses because they talk about any event of the past which has happened in past and or which completed in the past. And all of these tenses are of four kinds, as we previously learned that there is past indefinite. We learned about that the aspect of the tenses, that there are four aspects. One is the indefinite, the other is the continuous, the third one is the perfect, and the fourth one is the perfect continuous tense. So similarly, past tense is also divided into four aspects, and all of these are called narrative tenses because they are often used to narrate a past event. So the very first tense in past is past simple or past indefinite tense, as you can see on screen. Now, past, what first of all the question comes that how will you recognize that a particular sentence belongs to the past tense? So we need to learn about its usage first. So past simple or past indefinite tense is used to express a complete action at a definite time in past. Like for example, when I was little, we lived in another village. Now when I was little, this refers to the past time, and we lived in a village. This tells us that this action was completed at a particular time in past. Similarly, whenever we are going to express our past habits or repeated actions or past routines, then we utilize past indefinite tense. Like for example, I woke up very late at weekends when I was a teenager. So when I was a teenager, it refers to a past time, and it refers to a past routine. The action in this sentence the action here, the action part of the sentence, I woke up very late at night, relates to a time which was of past, when the person was a teenager. So this shows that past simple relates to those actions which were completed at a definite time in past. Here are some of the other, ways of recognizing that whether the tense is of simple past or not. So the time of the action is often past. It has happened, it has been completed. Most often there are keywords with your sentences in Urdu even. Like there may be a keyword about past which will tell you about a past time, like yesterday, 2 days ago, in 1990, last month, because all these keywords relate to or give you an idea that this particular action which the sentence talks about happened in past. Therefore, it will be a past indefinite. Like for example, I started school 2 weeks ago. So this is an action which happened 2 weeks ago. It means it is of simple past. And secondly, one important thing to recognize this particular uh, uh, tense is to look at that the action will always be completed. The difference between other past tenses and the simple past is this, that the action will be completed. It will be finished at that particular past time. And there can be past facts as well. We talked about this, that what is meant by facts in our presentation about, in our lecture about the present tense, that facts are those particular realities which cannot be changed and which are correct by experiment or observation. So, for example, if there is a past fact, like this is a fact of history that the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, because this is a part of a historical event which is true. This is a part of a historical event which is true. Therefore, we can use simple past tense to, translate that this kind of sentence, and the date is there. Another example of this kind of sentence can be that Quaid-e-Azam died in 1948, because this is a past fact. So therefore, it will be translated into past indefinite. And as we know that many, because, and it can be any past habit as well. Like for example, I played the piano when I was young. So it was the habit of the person when in past. So therefore, simple past will be utilized to translate these kind of sentences. So this was about the usage and the recognition. Now we will look at how, if we have identified that a particular sentence belongs to a particular, form of tense, then how can we translate them? Or particularly if it is of simple past tense. Simple past tense utilizes the second form of verb. The subject comes at the beginning of the sentence and then we use the second form of verb. Similarly, the negative sentences in simple past are accompanied by didn't before the verb. Means we place the first form of verb in negative sentence and before that we will be placing did not. Similarly, in the interrogative sentences or in the questions of simple past, we will use did at the beginning and after we will place the subject just as we do with every one of our questions, and then we will put a first form of verb there. As for example, look at here an example of the negative sentence. She didn't study in the library. Study is the first form of verb. Didn't is used to create the negative. Similarly, didn't she study in the library would be an example of an interrogative sentence. Now comes past continuous tense. As we already understand from this aspect here, that the meaning of continuous is something which is incomplete and past relates to any action in past. It means that this tense relates to an action which was incomplete in past and or which was continuing in the past. Past continuous means that at a time in past that we were in the middle of an action. For example, two friends here are in this particular picture. Two friends are talking about the one of the dream of one of the friends. Like she is saying that I was sitting in a park, the sun was shining, the birds were singing, the children were playing and laughing. So she is describing a past event which was, incomplete at a particular time in past. And before that, she said last night. So she's describing all those events, but although these were incomplete. Similarly, look at this short dialogue here. Malene and David are talking about, and Malene inquires that what he was doing when he ranged him at 3 last day, and David replies, "Oh, I was sleeping, Mike. We were repairing his car. It took ages. We were working on it all afternoon." So at 3 in past time, which was past time, David is telling us that in a particular past time, he was in the middle of all these actions, and these actions were not complete. So therefore, this is how the past continuous tense is utilized, that it is used to talk about the actions which were going about at a particular past time and which were incomplete at that time. Now comes the usage of this was the usage, and now we will look at how to construct the sentences of past continuous tense. Past continuous tense utilizes was and were, and the first form of verb and the ing. This is also called past participle. Sorry, it is not past participle. Rather, was and were and the first form of verb is utilized with ing to create the positive sentences. Like for example, she was cooking all morning. Similarly, when we have to create the negative sentences, we use was, were, and not with the first form of verb and ing. Similarly, when we create the interrogative sentences, we use was, were, which is the helping verb at the beginning of sentence, then the subject, and then the first form of verb and ing. Next is past perfect tense. So as we already know that perfect means something which is a kind of complete action, and past means an action done in past time. So past perfect tense has a number of uses. We will look at its first use, that it is used for a past action. It is used for a past action already finished when another past action happened. Often it happens that whenever we are making sentences about past, there is one event which happened more remotely in past or in remote past, and there is one action which happens, you know, uh, in recent past. So the action which happened in remote past or which happened even before another event of past, that will be translated into past perfect, or that will be identified as the past perfect. Now in order to make this clear, we will look at this example. After the film had started, we arrived. Now two past actions are given in this particular sentence, and one action is the is happened previously than the other action. Like for example, the film had started, this action happened first, and then the action of we arrived happened. It means that the first action described happened in remote past, in far off past, and we arrived is a part of recent past. So always when two such actions are given in which one action is happened or finished previously, after that another past action started, then we use, past perfect for the previous action or for the action which already got completed before the other action started. Like after the film had started, in this particular action we have utilized the past perfect because had and the third form of verb is used. On the other hand, it is also used for the sentences in which a past action is described, and this action started in past and continued up to a given time in present. Like for example, I have never seen him for 5 days. Now we know that this action, the time of the action is also told, and the action also happened in past. Similarly, it might also be used for unreal or imaginary things or wishes in past. We wish we hadn't eaten so much, or in reported speech afterwards, like, said, told, or asked. Now we will look at how to construct the sentences of past perfect tense. It utilizes had and the third form of verb in affirmative sentences, and it utilizes had not and the third form of verb after the subject in negative sentences. Similarly, in order to create the interrogative sentences or the questions, we have to put had at the beginning of the sentence, then the subject, and then the third form of verb. Our next tense is past perfect continuous tense. As is evident from the aspects of the tense, that it is an action which was continuing for a particular period of time in past, just as we described the present perfect continuous tense through the use of its aspects, that perfect and continuous are used in one place, and they mean that that a particular action was continuing in past, it was happening over a period of time in past. And for example, I had been swimming in the pool. I had been waiting ages. This means that the person was waiting for a long time. And the use of had been also expresses this idea that the action was continuing for a long period of time in past. We would look at more examples here after we look at how the sentences of past perfect continuous are constructed. The subject is placed at the beginning. It is accompanied by had been and the first form of verb and ing. Similarly, the negative form of the past perfect continuous is accompanied by had not and been, and the verb, first form of verb and ing. In questions, we place had at the beginning and then the subject, and then we use been and the first form of verb and the ing. Now we will be looking at example. They have been playing tennis. They hadn't been playing tennis. had they been playing tennis? I have attached a file here which contains the paragraphs from different tenses, including the tenses of past and present. So this will be your exercise and your task to do these translations after you go through these lectures, and you can use this link to develop your vocabulary, because vocabulary plays a very important role in developing your translation skills. And most often the students don't know the meanings of the words, which hinders them from developing a good translation habit. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. This was the today's lecture on tenses.